One shot, let's begin. Yume no Naka no Tomodachi, My Friend Within a Dream by Tobo. Translating upload by exclamations and Sir Clam. Alright. We read, we react, and we look at this drama. Let's see who's in the dream. Alright, let's begin. I don't think, Luca, there is any place happier than this one within a dream. Makoto! Yay, you came back today! I wanted to see you! Me too. Where should we go today? How about wherever you'd like to go, Makoto? Where should we go today? How about wherever you'd like to go, Makoto? Why am I always the one who decides? Because I like to go wherever you like to go. Warm hands and eyes that sparkle brightly. Makoto, Luca, what a truly happy time this always is. You know, I've decided I'd like to stay here forever and ever with you, Luca. Eh? There's nothing painful here, and it's where you are. That's why I won't ever go back. You, you can't do that. If you don't go back home. Right. If you don't go back home. What do you mean? It's the first time I've seen Luca make a face like that. Is he, maybe, unhappy that I am here? The reason I came to meet you in the first place was so that I could show you the way back home, Makoto. Those are parts of the living cannot stay here for very long. I just didn't want you to be lonely while you were on your way back home. But in the end, I never could have imagined that I'd end up liking you this much. I'm sorry. Luca, look at me. You are the one who brought me happiness all these painful days of mine. I'll do my best to find the way home by myself now. Makoto, I'm sure that one day we will meet again. Of course, and when that time comes, I'll be here to welcome you. Luca, I'll keep on doing my best from here on out. That's why, when the time finally comes, please don't ever forget about me. Neat. Does Tobo make a lot of other stuff? Is that a car alarm? I think it's a car alarm, yeah. Okay, cool. Um, yeah, anyways, this was, cute for what it was. I kind of suspected, and I guess it was kind of obvious, like, at first it's like a dream, but then as he says, I want to guide you back, it's clear that this is, that this kid's in a coma, and I don't know. I had to go. I need to work on my Italian accent quite a bit because I either had to go for a stereotypical Mario accent or Mario type of accent where I'm trying to do like an impression of the Mario Brothers more than anything else. But Luke, I'm like that's Italian, right? Um, yeah, I mean the art was cute. The art is wonderful. The art is also very whimsical. Like I appreciate the night sky. The night sky is beautiful and wonderful and lustrous, and it contrasts very well. It's very whimsical, and I do appreciate that. This is one thing where I'd say I'm really glad that the person did the background amongst the stars there, because sometimes, these one-shot authors don't always do a background. That's not necessarily a bad thing. They just have timing, or they maybe don't want to put the effort, or, it's just like whatever, doesn't add anything, or maybe they're busy. And in this case, though, just the little bits of stars really did add to this, where it's like, wow, look at this, we're in a dreamlike state. And without these extra bits of fluffs in the background, this story wouldn't nearly have felt complete. Like, if they were just kind of in an empty plane throughout the entire thing, and be like, oh, okay, this is a little unsettling. But to have like, all right, we have this nice little background here, the dust, the whimsy, the clouds, the palace, all of that goes here, and the and assuming the inside is like, whoa, okay, I enjoy this whimsy nature here. And the faces are fun, right? Like we got like Luca, like super crying, and then here like super concerned and sad, and then here that's this beautiful type of joy there, a contrast with these types of joy, and then he just hops on him like that. It's quite wonderful, all the different expressions of joy, and in such a short period of time. Um, I don't know the context of this story. Is there even a context to this story? Is this one thing that isn't a one shot? The Forest of Death. I don't think this is related to the Forest of Death, but he's nearly dying, I suppose. So yeah, this is fun for what it is. I don't think this needs to be expanded upon too much. I don't think this needs to be its own series. If anything, might have thought it might have been like a side story, perhaps. Like, okay, we got a little bit of a side story here. Now, uh, yeah, I feel that now part of why I'm trying to choose the words carefully is more so. This reminds me a little bit of Alice in Borderlands, where, and I don't know if this is like a concept in like the Japanese cultural like zeitgeist or whatever, but you know, maybe it's just amongst this very niche thing where like, okay, you're stuck in between whether wanting to die or wanting to go forward here in this place called the Borderlands. And in this case, it's like, well, if he wants to stay there, he's essentially accepting death or accepting being in that perhaps coma state there for a very, very long time. And it's like, well, what do you want to do? And maybe this is similar to like on a lot of Western nations, predominantly Christian areas. There's this concept of the light, where like you go towards the light, right? And it's like, all right, I'm gonna go towards the light. Or no, don't go towards the light. Come on back. And I believe that's prominently in Christian nations more so, right? Because we have this conception of like a light in the afterlife. But I'm pretty sure other types of nations have their own story of like the afterlife. But it does get me interested about the concept of the borderlands, where you're nearly dead and you have to make a choice. Do you go into the light or do you come back? Yeah, yeah. Well, I guess that's some reflection for myself, but overall, pretty fun time. And it was a yaoi. Ye to the howie. We just read some yaoi. I just came up with that. That's just got to be a catchphrase or something. If I ever get a yaoi month. Mm. So, with all that being said, like, comment, subscribe, and thank you for being born, y'all. Peace out.